Greetings, fellow Sturgians. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, episode 37, In Search of Good Company. Okay, now that we're actually in, I will do the quick recap. The quick recap is I have been getting my butt kicked by everybody. Everybody's been declaring war on me, and it has been tiresome. We were trying to build up a bit of a trade monopoly. But then through YouTube comments, I learned that that doesn't really work because if you buy workshops in an empire and they declare war on you or you declare war on them, you lose those workshops. So I could buy a bunch of workshops in Sturgia because I don't think Sturgia is likely to declare war on me anytime soon because I'm friends with most of them and I don't border them. But most of the other empires, because I'm smack dab sort of in the middle here, are likely to declare war on me. Now, the southern and northern empires haven't declared war on me, but obviously they're my enemies, so I wouldn't buy workshops in their territory. One of the things I'm going to have you all vote on pretty soon is how to build up our kingdom. So there's sort of two routes to go about this. I can either try to recruit vassals, which so far hasn't really gone over too well, or I can promote my own companions for considerable influence and gold, but promote my own companions to become my vassals, giving them their own lordship or whatever. And that might be a more reasonable alternative because then I can always pick up new companions and then there's just more things to name after you guys. Another tactic thing I'm going to try to do, and this is kind of painful because my expected change for my money is so bad, as you can see, is to try to leave a sizable garrison in Sargot so it's not such a easy target for the enemies. But first things first, I am going to head to the conspiracy caravan because I don't want the conspiracy to get any higher than it already is. And King 20, thank you for the sub. And not a Machit what? All right, I'm just going to say call you Nada. Thank you for the sub as well, the resub. Cheers. Glad to be here. I'm glad my computer sort of agreed with me and is going to allow me to play. All right. The other thing is, yeah, we've been going to war with pretty much all the empires around me. Valandia, Britannia, Western Empire. Even Azerai declared war at one point. And we have been sort of capturing their nobles. And then settling out White Peace. But at this point, I don't really have any territories outside of Sargot, so because it got chipped away eventually. So after I deal with this conspiracy caravan, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you all decide on the method to which we grow the empire. Whether we go the method of promoting my companions or trying to court other vassals. Hey, Jarhead, thank you for the bits. Alright, so here is a conspiracy caravan. Now, one of the good things about the conspiracy, at least, is there's an opportunity, potentially, to make money because I'm killing the conspiracies. Because while I'm at peace, there's really not a large force for me to fight. Therefore, there's not a lot of loot for me to get. So it's actually kind of in my advantage to have conspiracy soldiers to murder, because otherwise I'm going to have a real tough time trying to pay for my own troops. And I don't want to disband my army. That would not be good. So, the alternative is to plunder and murder my way into payment. And these conspiracy troops seem to be pretty high tier. There's not like a lot of militia here. They're getting slaughtered because my horsemen are just going full, you know, horse lord on them. But yeah. Hey, Sky Collective, pleasure to see you here. Thank you for the bits and howdy and welcome. The game sounds are drowning me out a bit. Yeah. They do seem particularly loud. I don't know why. As you can see, I'm already down to like 15% volume. Just one of those things. My Alright, so this fight is all wrapped up. There's like one of them left in this pig pile. Alright, there's someone left over here. Yeah, there we go. I only lost to a champion, unfortunately, and then a Varyag. Can't take any of them prisoner, because, you know, that would make sense. And then, oh, yeah, they did have some good loot. I like it. Alright, and disrupting supply lines has lowered the conspiracy strength just a little. So, poll. How to add vassals. Find noblemen or promote. So maybe I should describe these a little bit. Find or court nobles requires charm and luck, or promote companions requires gold and influence. So one of the advantages of having vassals, I should explain why this is so important, is you don't pay for their armies. So if I had another lord join me, I don't pay for their troops. He'll want, or she'll want, whoever the noble is, they'll want land. But I don't actually have to pay the wages of the troops, which is incredibly important. Because troop wages is what is draining my bank account. Here, this negative 3,000, 3,400 of it is troop wages. So I absolutely need to get vassals one way or another. And I can either talk to my own companions, you know, Dinky, or, well, probably not family members. I want to keep the family members with me. But Taisato, Mino, so on and so forth, and promote them to become noblemen. Or I can talk to nobles that like me and try to convince them to leave their liege to join me. One of the advantages of courting nobles is it lowers the potential strength of other empires. So for instance, not that this is likely to happen, but let's say I recruit 3 families, 3 clans out of Britannia. It does weaken Britannia because that's 3 fewer clans that belong to them, right? The advantage of promoting companions is they're going to like me a whole lot because I've basically knighted them. So it's very, very easy to keep them happy. And I don't have to court them, which is so much easier. I can just be like, hey, here's some influence, here's some gold. You're now a clan. Good job. It's expensive. I could only, with my current influence, do it like 3 times. But 3 vassals is pretty solid. So, yeah, I leave it up to you. And then, in the meantime, what I need to do is I need to be very careful about how I budget. I need to make sure that I am making the most amount of gold for my plunder as possible, because otherwise my bank account goes to 0 and my units disband. So, although it looks like I have 121,000 gold, that's going to go pretty quick, I think. I'm going to start marching back to Sargot. Another thing is my clan tier has leveled up. So I was clan tier 4 for most of last stream, and then I finally hit clan tier 5, which means that I can have even more companions than I currently have. That would be in the party screen? No. Where is the companion limit? Oh, here it is. 6 out of 8. I can have more companions than I currently have, and that also, of course, allows me to have more workshops and a larger party size. The other thing that I meant to do but didn't is you all voted on the Sacred Majesty. Oh, no, I did pass Sacred Majesty. Okay, cool. Then I don't have to worry about that. Frostlamp, thanks for gifting out subs. And Marvelous Mike, thanks for resubbing. Oof, so expensive. So expensive. I'm going to start promoting my troops, even though that is going to incur even more cost. Because the elite troops that I have are allowing me to win fights that otherwise would be near impossible to win, just because of how strong they are. And maybe I can enter the arena fight at Dunglanis. The tournament. Yeah. So you got 1 more minute to vote. It does look like promoting companions is the popular choice here. So perhaps we go that route. Hey, it's Ron DeVillage trying to chop me up. Sorry, Ron. I'll beat you. Beat my own brother. Cain and Abel, story as old as time. Wait, where's all the backup? Oh, I hate when this happens. No, don't just shoot your... There we go. Alright, betting the house on this one. Bunchy, thanks for catching your first stream. Man, they keep getting little free licks in. Alright, and then me versus Tegan. At least his name isn't Negan. I know we won't have a baseball bat. And it looks like promoting champions is going to be the way to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to poll you all about... Ooh, one shot. About what champions are going to get promoted. And then sell my winnings unless someone can use it. Poetic. It is better than what you're wearing, considerably. Okay. So if we take a look at the companions here, I'll first show you the method to which you promote them. So you go to the party screen and you go to talk. And then I wish to award you for your services. And or about your position in the clan. Actually, I think you have to award them land. They have to be landed. So this would be a good tactic if I went to war with, like, let's say Western Empire and took some castles. So what I'm going to do right now, the new goal is to add companions. So that I have more companions to be able to promote to lords. So whoever declares war on me next, and if not, if no one declares war on me, I'm going to declare war on Azurai, because I'm paying a lot of tribute to Azurai and I don't want to do that. What we'll end up doing is every castle that I get, I'll just hand over to a potentially promoted noble or companion. So let's look for some companions. So go to heroes, alive, wanderers, and I'm going to quickly click through them to see. And right now I'm mostly just judging them on their traits. So who to recruit? So Aston Bloodaxe is just a combatant. I don't think he'd be particularly useful. What we're looking for is someone that could be like someone like Chaos Engine, right? With leadership and tactics. Someone that could actually be a good leader for their people. That's going to be very, very important. Not someone who's just like this dude, just a charming doctor. Because that's not going to be a very skilled lord. And yeah, it takes a bit of time to click through them all. Mr. Deadeye, you're an engineer, you're a healer. Sometimes you can kind of tell what traits they'll have just by their name. So here's Chemo, our caravaneer, who has really high trade now. Now, I don't necessarily need to be adding potentially vassal material, because we can promote someone like Mino, who has the scouting and leadership. Well, Mino's our scout, but someone that has all the requisite skills, like Knave here, who's tactics and leadership and ideally stewardship. That's going to be the right material for a lord, I think. Man, I have not found very many good candidates. which is, I guess, fine. Wainwright. Oh no, you. So Taisato is our doctor. Tannering. Tannering would be another good candidate for being a vassal because he has the scouting and leadership and all that jazz. Man, is there no one? Come on. Come on, game. Got to give me better options than this. So here's someone that could be okay. They're cruel, daring, generous. They have scouting. They'd be all right. So Varonet, the black. I'll add them. I wish there was just easier ways to filter through them. To be like, show me people that have stewardship skills. I'll have to go through them again, now that I'm lowering my standards. This outcast wouldn't be particularly terrible. They're generous, devious. They have tactics and leadership. So... always going the outcast. Oh man, Willowbark. Yeah, most of these guys don't have special skills. They're just fighters. This one's another scout. No negative traits. So, yeah, a lot of these potential companions are going to be works in progress. I think for quite a bit until they're skilled up. So likely I'd be drawing from my current companions that I have to be promoting. But you guys will get the opportunity to vote for who it is and all that. So Ragnar Frostbeard, who's also a scout. So most of these potential recruits that I'm going to be adding to this poll are just scouts. They're not... oh, that's Taisato. They don't have much else going on. Okay, well, here's the 4. And I could potentially recruit 2 of them. So Varanot the Black, and let me cover them again. So Varanot the Black here is generous, daring, cruel, who's got scouting, bow, two-handed, athletics, roguery. Then we have Izagun, the huntress, daring, calculating, and then scouting, one-handed bow, crossbow, that is. We've got Ozagun, the outcast, bow, leadership, tactics, one-handed riding, devious, and generous. And then last but not least, Ragnar. And Ragnar is generous, daring, merciful, and impulsive, scouting, bow, two-handed, athletics. So there is the possible future companions. And I put up a timer up there. And then after we decide on those companions, what I'm going to do next is to have you vote on what companion is going to be promoted first to become a vassal. So, add companions and vassals. Currently, okay, so Lucan just declared war on the Khuzaits. That's good to know. Azurai is not at war with anyone. I would very much like to go to war with Azurai as soon as someone else declares war on them, but I don't want to do it alone. There's actually not a lot of war right now. The only war is actually between Northern Empire and Khuzait, so I'm going to have to sit on my hands until there's an opportunity to capitalize. All right, headed to the garrison here, and I am... Ooh, that's a big garrison. I'm going to dump all of everybody except for my Drahiznik champions. Just so that my speed over the overline map is very fast. So the garrison here in Sargot is like pretty reasonable. There's 500 defenders. So it's not a soft target. And then if we manage the town, right now we're working on the Garrison barracks. And I do think that I want to boost that. I'm going to boost it with all the money that I have so that it gets built sooner. The more locked down that I can make Sargot, the better. Because if it becomes a very difficult target to hit, it's going to be easier for me to keep it. So it looks like Azagon the Outcast is at least one of the companions that you guys want me to chase. So where was he last seen? Over in Khuzadi territory, of course. Literally the furthest possible city for me to travel to. Luckily, okay, I do have the herd penalty right now, so let me drop off some extra stuff. So go to the keep, open the stash. Oh, right, I have a bunch of stashed items that I ought to sell too, so I'm going to grab all that stashed goods, even though it over encumbers me, and then sell that real quick. Provided that Sargot even has enough money to buy it all. They do not. Nope, not even close. Well, time to click 100 times. I think I could probably just hit D. No, that doesn't work. Oh, Jesus. I don't want to buy everything. Okay, fine. I will sell it a different town. Save me some time. Got to be economical how I spend this time. So go to the keep, open the stash, and then the other thing I want to do is just to dump some of the excess food because I don't need as much food as I currently have on me, so that we ride a little faster over the map. And then also drop horses. And I think that will speed me up. So Izagun the Huntress is the other one that you want me to recruit. I know there was 1 minute left on the timer, but I'm going to call it a little early. So Izagun the Huntress. I don't even know how to spell that. You were last seen in Ayakis. So I'll head south to go towards Altengard. And now that it is daytime, yeah, my speed is 6.6, which is pretty incredibly fast. So no problem there. We will be recruiting quickly. I need to make use of choke points west of Sargot. You mean this choke point? I am not currently really in the position to start declaring war on people, I don't think. Okay, so Chemovan leveled up. Your caravan returns 5,000 gold when destroyed. Or your workshops return 5,000 gold when captured by an enemy. I'm just going to pick the top because Chemo will never own a workshop. So, yeah, that doesn't make sense to have the other one. Dinky, you leveled up in riding. Filled to the brim or pneumatic? I'm going to have you all decide this. So, Dinky riding skill. Carry capacity of pack animals. And better deal for buying and selling mounts, but I'm not going to leave that one off. And then, or mounted infantry increase party speed. So, mounted infantry increase party speed. I'm not really sure that Dinky is ever going to really take advantage of either of these, though, because these are both party leader traits. So if we made Dinky into a army leader or party leader, they would take an effect, but otherwise no. So you vote on that. And I'm actually going to spend the focus point in writing as well. And then the last one, maybe this one's obvious, Mino. For scouting, when moving through steppes or plains, I have a 5% chance of finding mount daily, or when moving through steppes and forests, reduce food consumption. You know, food consumption. Because it includes forests, which is way more likely for me to travel through. Alright, there's all my money. I have 108 days of food. And make sure that the 2 heroes that I'm seeking out are still where they were last seen. So that's Izagun and Iyakis. That's still true. And then Alzugun. And yeah, still at Ottengard. Good. Alright, we're going to beeline straight there unless there's arena fights on the way. I'm sort of curious if it, you know, I think what I'll do is, I'm going to try to talk to, like, every nobleman that's kind of on the way, just to see if I can ask someone to join me, because, I mean, why not? But these are all mercenaries, and I need to talk to their leader, Rotwar, or whatever his name is. And I won't be seeking them out. It just, any opportunities to try to talk to a noble for them to flip to my side would be nice. She is happy with her liege. She's also quite possibly not the clan leader, but who cares? And mounted infantry will be the choice here for Dinky, if Dinky ever becomes a party leader. Nomadic traditions. Ooh. So, one of my babies needs more guidance. Choice. So, right now, it's a blank slate, as you can see. And I can either do Vigor, which is one-handed, two-handed polearm, Social, which is Charm, Leadership, Trade, or Control, which is the throwers. You know, bow, crossbow, throwing. You can choose. And I'm going to resolve these quickly because there's a lot of choices here. And it looks like Social is going to be the leading option here. Okay, next up. Another really quick poll. So, Endurance, which leads Riding and Athletics. Social again. We could do Social twice. For Charm, Leadership, and Trade or Cunning, which is Scouting, Tactics, and Roguery. And it looks like Social. Oh, we're going to have one heck of a Social kid. And despite tender age, also got Endurance and Control. So Control 2, Endurance 2, Social 3. Not bad. Thank you for voting. I know it was fast, but I'm trying to make it painless. And the changes they made to the game since the last time I played with the trying to recruit vassals is very difficult, I gotta say. Ooh, everybody's in the fight. I'll take it. And Chaos Engine immediately tries to cut me up, or slice me up with his bow. Alright, my teammates. Alright, they're all dead, so it's just me turtling right now. Ow. And there's Duville. Oh, are you kidding? Well, that sucked. I lasted, though. I stuck in it. Apparently, I didn't lose, so it's me versus me now. What's the plan now? Adding companions and vassals, as you can see in the top. Oh, you are throwing stuff at me. Mino, that's rude. I don't know how you survive with 2 javelins in your chest. If it does Boromir in, it probably does Mino in, right? And the last but not least. I wonder if I can hit from this distance. Oh! In the chest! Come on, cock it back. Let's go. Don't turtle. What are you doing? I hate you? There you go. What a turtle. Alright, I got some spear thing that I'm definitely just gonna sell. Yoink! Trying to pay for the troops. So here I am in Arrakis, Yakis. I'm not playing Dune, gotta remind myself of that. And here's the huntress. So let's talk to her. And also, let me prep the raffle. So if you're a subscriber of mine and you want this dear companion named after you, just type something in the chat in the next 5 minutes, and you have the opportunity to win her. So here she is. Isagun the Huntress. Let's take a look at her skills. So, one-handed, crossbow, scouting, with a little bit of riding athletics, not terrible. She basically doesn't have equipment, so I'm going to have to remedy that. And now we're going to go hopping from town to town towards Ottengard. And what I should do is I should make sure that the outcast stays in Ottengard, because it's quite possible that they switch towns. That happens from time to time. Oh, here's another arena fight. Oh, for body armor. That's going to be really nice for the new companion. I like how these Aserai fights on the first round incorporate everyone. One giant brawl. It's kind of cool. Different than most of the arena fights that I've been in, which is just like, here is 2 people for you to beat up. And I find myself continually having to kill my own brother, or knock him unconscious in the arena fights. Ooh, good hit, whoever that was. Green team has a... there we go. I was gonna say they have a few too many people still up. So that's another thing in these fights, is you have to make sure that you're, like, beating them so that you're not stacking one team. Because if you, like, wipe out one color and then leave, like, way too many on another color, they'll just, you know, pummel you into nothing. I still have javelins that I'm gonna waste. I think my own companion, Tannering, keeps calling me a bastard. Just because my parents are dead doesn't mean I'm a bastard. That's not how that works. Oh, everybody fights again. Dang. Spicy fights. And complete miss. I'm not very good with lances. They're also not very effective for crowd control, so it's a tournament weapon, but it's definitely not like a war weapon. Knocking one well-armored dude out at a time pales in comparison with swinging an axe and slaying dozens. I make you want to play Bannerlord? Just do it, man. Oh, there goes my new companion. And now me versus some stupid archer, who's probably going to raise his shield again. Didn't think that one over, did you? You had the wrong weapon out. And final round, me versus Tyus. The skewer perk for polearms lets you hit multiples. That's good to know. I don't honestly use lances enough to care about its perks or even benefit from them. Also, I would still worry about the problem I have with lances is they're really good against only cavalry, but they're pretty weak against infantry because you have to get close and you risk them spearing you. So I would still avoid using it. I don't know, it's just a personal preference, but I guess my big worry with the lances is they really only work when you have a lot of momentum, but if you're trying to build up that momentum against, like, infantry spearmen, oh lord, is that going to end poorly for you. Amateur Chief, congrats. The new lass on the team is yours. So, change name. And there, well, okay. I think I need to close the menus for it to reflect. Yep, there it is. Congrats. You like the Rumfire from the last playthrough? Yeah, that thing was powerful. In this playthrough, I do have the Avalanche Axe, and that's pretty good too. No complaints. Alright, there was a tournament fight there, but I'm just going to keep moving, because I'm not going to wait till daybreak to enter it. Cheers. Can I show you what she's good at? Sure. She's good at one-handed crossbow and scouting. One-handed crossbow and scouting. See? Memory like a steel trap. Now what was I doing? Yet another arena fight. I know. Might as well. Might as well. I have a new companion to outfit with gear, so all the proceeds go towards brand new companion. Oh, what? That looked like it connected. Actually, whoa, nice shot. I actually do find the javelins to be fun. It's just you don't get enough ammo to ever make it worth having as your primary weapon, your primary ranged weapon. Because for my bows, I have like 64 shots, and for like javelins, you'd have like 16 or 12 or something. Unfortunately, Amateur Chief, I just had to knock you unconscious. Ooh, you're still conscious. There you go. And it's my brother again. I think in every fight, I've had to knock him out. We're definitely doing this like Cain and Abel, Sam and Dean thing now. I feel bad. Oh, Tannering. That was bad. You got smoked. Alright, so Amateur Chief, there's a slightly better weapon for you. And I really mean slightly. It was like a rusty tier 3 to a tier 3. The best tournaments are where you javelin your teammates by mistake. Right, one last check. No! No! Oh, wait, no, this is the wrong person. Hold on. Okay, last seen at Amatatus. He did move. Darn it. And, totally... I mean, at least it's back towards home, but, like... I don't particularly love this bit of running around collecting people. And unlike the collecting your own actual companions where you can just make them governor, there's no shortcut to this. Only the long cut. So, once I have all companions, what should I do? Set up trade caravans? Set up workshops? Go to war with Azurai? Or viewer suggestions? All the while, one of the other priorities is going to be fighting the conspiracy. So any conspiracies that arise, I want to deal with. Who is fighting... Oh, Northern Empire, so that would be Khuzait. Really? Khuzait has Vargos and Sestadheim Castle under attack? Let me double check that. Oh, no. Southern Empire declared war on Northern Empire. So it actually might be a good time to go to war with... So the go to war with Azurai is actually go to war with, like, someone. Not specifically Azurai. Because Southern Empire, considering they're currently at war with someone, might be a good target. Although their territory is not that close to Sargot, so I kind of take it back. So he is last seen at Amatatus, but that information is 3 days old. Southern Empire just got wall up by Northern Empire. Oh, and we have more conspiracy, so I'm going to be doing the conspiracy in a second. Is your character good for trade? No, there's really not a lot of good characters for trade right now. If we take a look... Well, here, let me go to the character screen. So... Chemo is already a trader with skill of 176. And then Do Village could become a trader, but he's also highly capable in just about everything else. So that might be a waste of his talents. He would be a really good party leader. And that's it. Tannering has a focus point. And I'm going to give him focus in stewardship. I think Tannering will be a really good vassal, potentially. So I'm going to build him up as such. Alright, so here is the Outcast, and raffle timer's up for this guy. So good luck. I don't know what he said to me, but guess it really doesn't matter. So taking a look at the newest guy. One-handed, bow, riding, leadership. Not bad. Not bad. There was an arena fight here, and then I'm going to go do the conspiracy thing that just popped up. Yeah, good luck to... Well, it's weird to offer luck to everybody. Oh, no. I hate when this happens. It's like, screw your color in particular. Where everyone just goes to me. As long as I'm a semi-finalist, it should be fine. Oh, it's Do Village. You know what? I can't lose to Do Village. Sorry, Ron. God, your armor is hard to get through, dude. There we go. You know, I'm going to have to fight you again, aren't I? Yeah, in the final round. Well, the good news is, even if I lose, I still gain the horse. I just lose the betting monies. Although I suppose I could lose to tannering here, but doubt it. One of the problem of like outfitting your companions well is then when you're in the arena fight against them, they're harder to kill because they're well armored. It's actually the only thing I'm really surprised by is you don't get just like generic arena gear, because I think in Warband you did. Maybe you didn't, but I vaguely recall like having tabards in Warband in the original game, and like everybody was kind of the same. But in here, you get to keep your armor on, which is a ridiculous advantage if you're well armored, and a huge disadvantage if you're not. So like, Poetic Dude Village's helmet here is just hard to cut through. I have to swing, you know, like 6 times to get through it, whereas, you know, if you had like a little leather cap, you'd be unconscious almost immediately. I'm gonna sell that horse because I need the money. Sell the old sword too. And it looks like you guys want me to set up workshops, so got it. That's gonna be the priority. Set up workshops and fight the conspiracy. It'd be so much worse if you kept your weapons too. Yeah. Well, that wouldn't even make sense because you have like designated weapons that you use in the fight. But yeah, I get your meaning. So if I want to set up workshops, originally we voted that I try to do Monopoly, but I think the safest bet is setting up workshops in Sturgia territory, because I think I'm least likely to have to go to war with Sturgia. So let's take a look at this conspiracy. So right now, the conspiracy strength is 1275, and Vladiv Castle, which is kind of useful because I was wanting to head to Sturgia territory, is where the conspiracy set up. Any vassals yet? No, none yet. None yet. So I'm just looking at the Sturgian villages to see what kind of workshops I can buy in the territory. It's mostly like cow, fish. I mean, this is iron ore, so in Varvarnovopol I could have a smithy. In Balgard I could have a smithy. In Amor, maybe linen. It depends on bound villages here. Not a ton of, like, wealthy opportunities, right? Because the ones you're really looking for is, like, silver ore and things like that. That's going to make you a lot more money, being a jeweler. So what am I even doing here? I wasn't paying attention. There's a hideout nearby. Is there? Seriously? Where? Oh, there it is. Hey, Zero Day. Thank you for the resub. For 34 months of it. So, question for you. What sort of workshops do you want me to set up? Or where to set up the workshops? Wherever makes the most money, but possibly lose them if war is declared? Or in safe territory, like Sturgia. So that's the two sort of concepts here. So I'll give you, for instance. Let's say I set up a workshop in Valandia, and Valandia declares war on me. My workshops will be lost. They're lost, and I don't recoup money from them unless I have traits and talents to allow me to do that. If I put them somewhere safe, like Sturgia, they might not make as much money, but the chance of Sturgia declaring war on me is much, much lower. So I'm more likely to keep them. I would very much like to get in a position eventually to own towns that are bound to, like, silver mines, where the only way for me to lose workshops is for me to actually lose the town itself, and therefore the workshops in those towns are better protected because it's not up to a war declaration. It's up to actually me physically losing the town. And then I could start to build up a monopoly that way. But that's a distant goal. That's a really distant goal. So it looks like you guys want safe territory like Sturgia, but as I said, the Sturgian, or as I just reviewed, the Sturgian settlement villages, there aren't like silver mines or anything like that, or opportunities for velvet, etc. But that's just the way it is. Oh, the raffle timer went off? Jarhead. Boon. Congrats. I'm going to cancel this attack real quick to name him after you. Now he's a Marine. He's a Jarhead. Thank you for tuning in to Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord, which originally streamed live on Twitch July 7th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video also have a link to Discord. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Stay safe out there, my fellow Sturgians,